Wait, what?
Dale sobra que la cuenta.
Medio jeta, mando con aleta. Neta, que buena mesa. Traigo en la clica, vale a la cuenta. Tengo montado mi trenza. Medio jeta, mando con aleta. Neta, que buena mesa. Traigo en la clica, vale a la cuenta.
Other mommy. 3.7 million views, 4K hours. I know this shit's gonna be scary. Prepare for hard times.
Hey, sweetie.
You're home.
I had a lunch break. I thought I'd come home and eat with you. Where's Dad?
He fell asleep in the office. I'll go get him.
Let him sleep. He needs his rest. Cookie dough ice cream for lunch. What kind of mother would I be? How about scrambled eggs?
I ate that for breakfast.
That's right. I forgot. How about pasta? Your favorite. Do you want to know something silly?
Yes.
Sometimes I think about when you and I were one person. Do you remember that?
So I was a baby in your tummy?
Do you remember where you were before that?
No.
You were in my heart. Can I go into your heart?
You said you wouldn't leave my room.
You seemed lonely.
Whoa. What were you cooking? Bella? You need a grown-up to help keep you... Somebody was in the house. She looked like you.
What?
You don't have to be scared, Mommy. She's nice. Sometimes she's there, sometimes she's not. Is it really you? Are you tricking me?
What? Bella. Hey. It's me. I'm Mom.
I love this.
Guys, we need to have a serious conversation about dating and marriage. I believe the most malicious and destructive narrative in American politics is that men are lonely because of feminism. I wonder what kind of ungrateful jerks came up with that idea. Do you know what man's sex life was like before feminism? So basically, you won't even be able to touch a woman's hand until your parents buy you a wife. The reason you can have a premarital dating life at all is because of things like sexual liberation and contraception and women's economic independence and all that feminist stuff. Feminism literally saved men, no less than it saved women. If it weren't for the MAGA movement, I had no idea so many weirdos out there still fantasize about the pre-modern traditional kind of marriage. And of course, for a lot of people, traditional marriage is really just a dog whistle for child marriage. So I wouldn't even call it a marriage, honestly. It sounds more like normalized daily sex crimes. So if you have a traditional marriage fetish, well, firstly, you should know that marrying someone who hates you is not as pleasant as you think. I don't know what to tell you. Like, paying someone to sleep in your bed is dangerous, especially if you're an asshole to her and she controls the kitchen. But okay, let's say you just love the thrill. Okay, you think being a powerful patriarch and reproducing at will is worth the risk. Okay, but what's your plan to achieve that kind of marriage? Did you guys really think by electing Donald, he will just usher in a new age of handmaids and make marriage great again? Let me give you some hard data. Viktor Orban of Hungary is conservative enough, right? A lot of conservatives see him as an idol. And his country's fertility rate is only 1.5 per woman, way below the replacement rate. And Putin's Russia is conservative enough, right? The fertility rate, 1.4. And what about East Asian countries? I'm from there and I know they're not feminist. Okay, crazy pay gap between men and women. But does that help with their marriages and fertility? No. The entire East Asia's population is in freefall. Abysmal fertility rates. Even North Korea, okay, even North fucking Korea is not having enough babies. What about Latin America? I know a lot of people like to make racist jokes about Latinos having a lot of babies. But in reality, Latin America's fertility rate also dropped below 2, which means their population will start going down in the near future. Africa and Middle East still have high fertility rates, but they also dropped quite a lot in the last few decades. So basically, regardless of culture, religion, or political systems, when countries get richer, there will be fewer marriages and fewer babies. You can't beat it. Conservative politicians tried everything. Limiting abortions, protecting child marriages, excluding women from positions of power. No, not gonna work. Maybe in your eyes, Donald can break the curse because he's the second coming of Jesus. Nah. Even the first coming himself wouldn't be able to force people to get married in a modern society. That ship has sailed. Well guys, don't despair just yet. You won't get back the traditional marriage, but that doesn't mean you have to be lonely. There are actually a lot of things you can try without relying on oppression of women. I'm not a dating expert, but I have some advice that I can guarantee will help you. You won't even believe how simple and costly they are. Firstly, do the fucking dishes. Put it in your Tinder profile. I do dishes. Capitalized, okay? Instead of posting your weightlifting photos, post some yummy food you just made in your own kitchen. Like grilled salmon or some shit. But I don't know how to cook. Well, that'd be a valid excuse if this were the fucking 80s. In this age, everybody can cook because YouTube is free. There isn't a single dish you can't find an instruction for on YouTube or TikTok. You want to flirt? Stop sharing your stupid dick pics. Nobody gives a fuck about your private parts. Send something you cooked. Dish pics, not dick pics. Get it? It won't reverse the population decline probably, but it can save you personally. It will cost you so much less than having a president who thinks trade deficits equal tariffs. Instead of investing in Donald, invest in your fucking self. It's way more efficient. Well, maybe it will save the population decline. Who knows? If every straight man becomes good in the kitchen, maybe someday a majority of women will finally enjoy marriage for the first time in human history. Wouldn't that be great? If you can't even handle doing chores, then your problem is not loneliness or sexual anxiety. Your problem is that you are fucking spoiled. You need some military training more than a marriage. And of course, there are other tricks. How about stop asking for sex all the time? You're not in a goddamn movie. You don't need so much sex. Stop counting second base, third base. Those terms are disgusting, honestly. If you can't enjoy the company of a human without sticking out your genitals, you shouldn't even have a partner. You should just move next to a strip club. Why bother dating? And find a hobby that's not exclusive to men. You can still watch football or whatever knucklehead sports you like, but also find something that's slightly more subtle. Straight men need to understand that not every activity has to be a gender-affirming ritual. Everyone should have a feminine side. By the way, the fact that you shave your beard already makes you sort of transgender by caveman standards. Right? Shaving essentially is just man's attempt at looking feminine. That's it. If you're not afraid of shaving, you should not be afraid of doing some gender-neutral activities or even feminine activities. Again, if you don't want to share any activities with a partner, you really shouldn't try to live with one. You'd be better off with a brothel membership or something. What I'm saying is that there are so many costly things you can do to improve your chance at happiness. But instead, you guys expect the reality TV guy to help you. Like, are you kidding me here? That guy will only make the ladies more skeptical about living with men. I read this article on Substack. The author is not like a hardcore MAGA guy because he's definitely well read. And he has a way bigger vocabulary than I do. I actually needed a dictionary to read that shit. But you know, nerds can be incels too. That guy's basic argument was that feminism will kill civilization because straight men will lose their motivation to work. Well, if men are that fragile, maybe they should be replaced by AI. Like, get it over with. You know what I mean? But the main question I want to ask that author is, what do you mean by civilization? What will be left of civilization without liberation of women? If civilization is reduced to a stupid medieval noblemen fighting for territories and building tall-ass churches, I don't see the point of keeping it. Feminism doesn't kill civilization, guys. Feminism is civilization, at least in the modern sense. Have you noticed that every foundational piece of literature is essentially feminist? Even the most important ancient Chinese novel, written at a time when women still had to bind their feet, was a coded feminist classic, celebrating women's talent and mourning their tragedies. I can get a little emotional thinking about that book. It's so beautifully written. And also look around your social circles. Every truly happy couple you can find has a non-hierarchical feminist relationship. Go check it out. Feminism is the gold. If you roll back women's liberation, what do we have left? An Instagram filled with church choirs and housewife routines. And Netflix with only tele-evangelists. Fucking kill me. By the way, guys, I will start live streaming. The first time I did it, TikTok censored me for reused content. So next time I'll try to talk about light-hearted things that I normally don't put in videos. Let's see if it works. I'll do it every Friday morning, 10 a.m., which is 7 a.m. Pacific time. So catch me on TikTok.
Less than 6 days. Less than 6 days. That's what an expert dealing with catastrophic events, mass casualty events, major catastrophic things that could take place, down to like an EMP. We could not make it past 6 to 7 days. We're going to discuss what she stated on the Sean Ryan Show, because I do believe if you read some of her books, if you read some of her commentary, she is spot on. And in the world of AI, in a world of cyber attacks and the risk of all this weaponry, this UFO style, things, it's gonna get real out there, and you better be ready for it. We're gonna discuss what she said because it goes along with the story of what Reuters just put out about Anthropic and how it was gathering data. AI was gathering data that it was not supposed to be. They actually had to pay a settlement of billions of dollars because what they were doing was feeding the information that they were not supposed to be getting from us, from other counterparts, into their AI platform to ultimately get information on the world. This is also the same people who created Mythos and Fable, who's also said that they hacked into the national databases, the security databases, the intelligence databases within 30 minutes. This is one the Trump administration actually banned for a while. Now China has built the same thing. This goes along with what we were talking about, 6 to 7 days. That's a lot. We'll discuss that. Also, we're going to talk about what Glenn Beck said, the failure of what we're dealing with, the danger of what's going on. He said two things. He said the breakdown of our family and what we're seeing in the mindset of the younger generations. And he said then this dangerous situation with the war, because he said, I think Trump's in a tough spot. And he lays it out of what he thinks. He said, this is the problem. And he said, I'm scared. I don't know if we'll find a solution. And then last story, Mel Gibson, as he creates the resurrection and the passion of Christ, basically, he said, what we're seeing in this world is pure evil. He said, I've told all my staff that was working on this movie, Satan is coming after you. You know what I've realized is the more that we push, the more that we seek, the more that we want to build up our family and have freedom and conservatism and Christianity, the worse off it gets for us, not because we're doing something wrong, because we're pushing against stream. And you're pushing against the dangers in this world. It's time to do that again. We're going to discuss all these stories and so much more. I have some huge stories coming out in this video. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you so very much for being here. Again, we are so humbled each and every day you come back. We ask that you give us a thumbs up if you like the content, and of course subscribe if you're not. Put the bell notifications on. We'll be doing a giveaway in just a few days, probably about a week from now, so make sure you are entered into those giveaways. And all it takes is you just simply subscribing to the channel, liking, and then give us a thumbs up, comment below, tell us some things about what your thoughts are on the video. Before we jump in, again, we have been tremendously held down. Like the last 2 or 3 videos we have they started trending, and then all of a sudden nailed the algorithm of this platform. And again, I think it's because we're speaking truth, just like we're talking about the evils in this world. We'll discuss a little bit more of that in the coming days. First, let's discuss this situation with Annie Jacobsen. And Sean Ryan had her on. Now again, I'm not the biggest Sean Ryan fan anymore. I used to love his channel. Annie Jacobsen has been on Glenn Beck. I mean, she's been on all the rounds. She's an author. She talks about a lot of times what happens in a catastrophic event of America. So that's kind of her background. So I just want to read this for a second. This is 2 comments. Annie Jacobsen on a biological attack that could send America into anarchy in just 6 days. A common phrase I came across in declassified documents was a fear of infection will send America spiraling into anarchy and insurrection. She said bioweapons are considered by the Defense Department the greatest overall threats. That is shocking. That needs to be discussed. The bar of entry is so low. Bioweapons people will now tell you that high school students with limited biology can essentially build anything and tweak to make something become catastrophic. And with the help of AI, it could come to fruition. I want you to listen to what else she said. She said, how I believe the government will survive the end of America. And I believe she's talking about the dangers of the ending of America and how something major would happen. We can't control what goes on at that point. It says what happens after anarchy is an actual government plan called devolution. The name devolution is unclassified. The program is classified. The secret government disappears off into a bunch of bunkers called hot sites, warm sites, and cold sites to hunker down so they can rebuild the government once everybody dies. It is a pre-chosen, predestined list of people. Who's on that list? How is it determined? The president does not get moved into big bumpers like Raven Rock or Mount Weather. He gets moved to cold sites really far away by himself. That's the end of democracy. She said what people don't realize is all this devolution program, all this is already in the works. Not that it's happening right now, but she said that's how dangerous bioweapons and AI, cyber attack and warfare is, that we've already made plans to basically save what little bit of humanity we want to save in bunkers. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? Isn't it weird that billionaires are also building bunkers all over and not one of them are hardly in America? Most of them are away from America, or they're in places like Puerto Rico or South America or Hawaii. Now, if all of a sudden billionaires are building bunkers, all of a sudden billionaires are getting in these what we call billionaire row, where they're building right on the oceans with their mega yachts, and they're fully self-containable mega yachts. And we also see government having plans of devolution, meaning they can get to safe places. What happens to the 345 million, 350 million people that's here on America's soil? I want to go back and talk about what she said. The common phrase is devolution. What happens if all of a sudden something like a bioweapon happened, and all of a sudden something came up, mass casualty, something major happened, EMP blast? Plans are in place to not really save America, is to save a few. And those few will rebuild once everything's done. Now, I don't know if you've watched enough dystopian movies. I've watched a lot in my time, but you know, we talk about bioweapons. We just opened up the door to AI even more. We have talked about biological warfare and how we found major situations in California, Nevada, and New Mexico that's tied to Chinese bioterrorism. We've talked about, remember, the students in Michigan that came over and brought some species that would kill our crops and cause a famine. It's right here. Quit acting like this is just somebody with fear-mongering or us talking about these fringe stories. These are the things that's happening right now. I want to read this story to you because it goes along with what Annie Jacobsen said. This is from Anthropic and AI. Reuters shared the story. It says Anthropic has reached a $1.5 billion settlement in a copyright case brought by a group of authors who are accused of misusing their books to train Claude AI models, the largest known settlement of its kind. AI is now, especially under Claude and under Anthropic's leadership, has developed such sentient ways and ways of pure intelligence to a point that no one can stop it, not even our intelligence in the government. So now they said that our government has to try to find a way to compete, or try to find a way to actually bring someone like Anthropic into the fold because of the dangers of AI. If biological warfare and bioterrorism can happen within a matter of just a high school student knowing a little bit because of AI and because of all the ins and outs of the internet, that's something we should be prepared for, and know that the catastrophic events of something like that taking place, an expert said 6 days. 6 days. I think about it all the time. I'm going today and buying more insulin. I'm also buying a nebulizer and albuterol and some of these things that we've worked out deals with. You know, like I said, I told you I called, worked through a wellness company or Jace Medical. And the purpose is I want to control and be as prepared as possible when it comes to something mass, black swan event, I guess you could say. We're fixing to go into what Glenn Beck said because it goes along with what we just talked about, and the destruction of the family and destruction of democracy is coming. But before we do, a word from today's sponsor. I get so tired of looking at my money and then looking at the spending of my money and taxation and the government and the way they've utilized my money wrongly. I also hate looking at the stock market and seeing things ebb and flow to a point where it's not normal. We see it go up and it looks like it's going at all-time highs, and then all of a sudden we see it tank. Bitcoin doing the same thing. Real estate's untouchable. So where do we put any kind of money that we build up? We've worked hard 30, 40, 50 years to put them into things like 401ks, IRAs. Well, that's why my friends at Augusta Precious Metals will help. Go to maxlovesgold.com or text the number below. The purpose of what we do with Augusta Precious Metals is this. We take portions of 401ks and IRAs that you're worried about, that you worked so hard to put that money there, and all of a sudden you're worried that the stock market's going to tank. You're worried about government spending. Hey, those two things that you should be worried about. Well, what Augusta does is they come and say, okay, let me help you move a portion of that into physical gold and silver. See, would I tell you to buy physical gold and silver and put it in your home? Absolutely. But for the money that you have in those IRAs and 401ks, you can't touch. You're penalized, or you have to pay extra taxes on. What they do is they come and help you maneuver that money and roll it into something safer without any implications of tax or cost. And it's put into something that's been around for thousands of years. Gold and silver is still at great highs, and they said it's going to keep on going up, especially in volatile times. My gosh, we're in wars all over the world. I've got 15 to 20% of my money into gold. I believe in it. I think it's done very well for me. and it might be something you can look into. Go to maxlovesgold.com, maxlovesgold.com. Let Augusta help you today like they helped so many Americans. They have some of the highest ratings and some of the best testimonials that you can catch online. maxlovesgold.com, maxlovesgold.com. Now I want to go to what Glenn Beck said. We are now witnessing the fallout of experts telling parents to accommodate their kids in every single way. It says, what we're seeing is people throwing their lives away based on what they're learning instead of what they're being taught in the homes. It's what they're learning in schools. The experts, the teachers, the professors, they're ruining this generation. The problem is it's a ticking time bomb because our families are not building families up anymore. Prime example, 2 stories. A leftist who set off incendiary devices at an ice field in New York City has a history of anti-ice activity. It's just terrorism. Another one. Islamic scholar Abu Ibrahim, actually from Canada, says this: Gen Z Muslims are not shy of Sharia law. Their goal is to be part of a caliphate and to finish what was started by the Brotherhood. Muslim Brotherhood is what they're talking about. Those generations, these are what I consider the really under my millennial and back, basically to the younger generations, even my son's generation, is what we're doing is we're developing a no family tie, non-religious, non-Christian base, fully embracing of socialism style kids. And it's because our school systems are failing. And it's because our parents are failing. Look, I'm a parent. I get it. It's hard. I have 6 kids, and sometimes I'm thinking, man, I'm such a failure. And then I look at like what my son's doing. I'm proud of him. I look at what our daughters are doing. Like we were not able to. We were out of town, so we missed church. And one of my daughters was like, hey, we need to watch church online. Like that is what I want. I want to raise children that way. And some of the people that we put ourselves around I want their kids to be raised that way. Why? Because the fall of the world is right here, and the end of humanity is so close, like we were talking about. And these same kids that are now firebombing ICE facilities, and they're quoting, Muslim caliphates, and they're wanting socialism. They are lost and they're foolish. Like Mel Gibson said. Mel Gibson said this so wisely. He said, Satan is going to come after you. Anytime you're doing something that is honoring to God, Satan comes after you. Mel Gibson gives a chilling direct warning to anyone dealing with this movie. He said, because what we're seeing is an absolute epic show of the resurrection. And he said, anytime you're doing the right things, everybody's coming after you, and Satan's going to be the one leading the charge. The family is getting destroyed day in and day out, and it's only getting destroyed because we're not willing to stand up, and we're allowing the school systems, we pawn our children off to them, and they're destroying our kids. I want you to listen to something else Glenn Beck said. He said, this is the weirdest war of my lifetime and also the most dangerous. Trump has to keep oil prices down, meaning he can't make a big deal out of anything or else fear and panic goes off. It would drive markets into depression. He said he has to negotiate with madmen who hate America, that want the world in blood. The no more negotiations don't work. So therefore it's a catch-22 where it's almost a lose-lose situation from this administration. And then on top of that, you have the people pushing against everything the president does because of the breakdown of our population, where they're embracing everything that is wrong. I mean, I never thought there'd be a time where people are embracing communism and socialism, but we have one main party doing that. And we have a whole other party putting their head in the sand like it doesn't matter. It's unbelievable to me. Another story, international pro-lifer. A lady who served and was just taken. Her life was taken. Don't know about who. She's gone. We're in a time where the problem is U.S. soil. The battle is here. And because we're choosing to not lead, what we're going to do is be followers, like little sheep going to the slaughter. I use that all the time because I want you to understand. I live on a farm. I can coerce one sheep to do one thing and every other sheep follows right along with them to a point where they have no idea where they're going. Oh, it's dumb. Just go with it. That's how it works. If we're not thinking, gaining wisdom, seeking Christ, seeking wisdom, like James 1:5 says, we're just going to be like sheep following along with the leader. And that's right to the slaughterhouse. Listen to what they said. 6 to 7 day warning. The dangers of what's coming. The breakdown of our family. These are serious things. These are not fringe stories. This is right out in front of us. And we better be ready for it. Guys, let me know your thoughts on today's video. God bless.
Yeah, be free, be free, be free with me.
fuck? Is that what you were looking for?
Dispatch air unit from Boulevard.
Get down on the ground! LCPD! Freeze! Cover me, man! Everybody take cover! I'm going for it! Cover me!
What you going for?
This is the police! Stop right there! hit the gas. I'll do it here.
Come on,
They're in Bohan, just cruising and shit.
let's go, boys.
Howdy.
Calculating route.
Holy shit!
In 100 yards. Turn right. In 200 yards. Turn left. Then immediately left. Bing bong.
We're fucking bikers, man. I ain't riding in no cage.
Turn right. In 50 yards. Turn left.
Shit! Let's put these fuckers out of business! Better up! Give me a break! Sorry, pal! AOD, prick! Exciting, pal!
What a dumbass fucking outfit.
Oh, God, not again. Don't make me late to school.
Let's do this, man!
This is it, mi compadre. We're here.
Let's go remind those mobsters that it ain't the 1970s anymore. I think you're hanging out with old hands. Let's roll, boys!
In 50 yards. Turn left. Then immediately right. Calculating route. Please make a U-turn where safe. Please proceed to highlighted route. Please make a U-turn where safe.
Let's roll on these motherfuckers!
We got you surrounded, asshole! You're dead! Shit! What the fuck? You're a pain in the balls! Come on, man, keep shooting! Come on! That's the fucking bullet! You ain't nothing! I'm not a violent man. This is mine. All in. You hit like a young girl. Find something to hide
Take a good look at me before we really get into this. You're why this country's in the shit. Fuck.
A little help over here, guys. You took the risk. Here's the reward.
Hell fucking yeah! Too bad for you.
You're a retard.
You're out of time.
This'll stop you from talking.
Watch my back. Fuck you all! One more time.
Over here.
At least try to hurt me. This is bullshit. I got him. Give me a break.
good. Guess it's not my cup of tea.
Don't make me hurt you again! Nowhere to run, buddy! Don't be stupid! Give it up now! Suspect last Dispatch air unit from South Junction. This is the police! Stop right there!
Deadass. I'll remember each and every time you pull that fuck shit.